drivers are saying is when you come and put a new set of tires on, they may adjust the pressure in those tires. They may add a pound or take a pound out of the right side or left side, depending on what you're looking to get from the car. If you need the car to turn a little bit more, maybe you'd add a pound in that right rear. So those are the subtle changes in tuning that you're doing when you come in for the stops.
On the leaderboard, we see now Rafael Matos
did not pit. Yep.
Didn't pit, and he leads, so he's rolled the dice.
All right, they are making sure that everything is okay as they lift Mario Moraes out of his wrecked race car. Back in a moment. Mario Moraes has been lifted from the car. He was put on a stretcher. He is talking with his rescuers in animation. His arms are moving and his legs are moving, and so hopefully this is just a precautionary thing, but they are taking no chances and putting him on the back brace and the stretcher. Our third caution period of the afternoon. Bertrand Baguette crashed, and then Alex Lloyd car had problems on the racetrack. However, he is back in the race. Alex Lloyd is back in the race, lost about 15 laps during his stall and subsequent restart.
We mentioned Rafael Matos there. You can see him #2, but right behind Hideki Muto also did not stop. So these two rolling the dice, getting a great boost in track position. And like we said, Robbie, everyone will still have to stop the same number of times to the end. So it's a calculated gamble.
No, I like it. I mean, this is a difficult track to pass on. So you got to gamble to say, hey, how am I going to get up and be on this podium? Well, this is a way to do it.
Matos has gained 18 positions since the start of the race. Muto 15 and Alex Tagliani 9. And Matos and Mutos made the large advances because they did not stop during this caution period. It is only the third race that Rafa has led in his IZOD IndyCar Series career. He led 2 laps at Long Beach and 3 laps at St. Pete.
Hey guys, one of the things that's interesting, remember we're talking about, and you guys alluded to it, how tough it is to pass here. If you look back historically at this race, there's always 1 or 2 drivers that do exactly what Rafa Matos is doing right now in Hideki Muto. And it has paid off. Remember the case of Helio Castroneves and the 7 of Danica Patrick? So in some cases, you know, we've always been taught about the situation should be that you count backwards. But what you have to do sometimes, and at this point in the race you can afford to do it, you start to roll the dice a little bit because, Jan, as you said, eventually you're going to get caught back up. But you got a little room now to wiggle. I want to update you too on one of the unique medical procedures here in Japan. Because we are in a foreign country, the Japanese medical personnel take over once the driver is delivered to the infield care center. Now the Americans do have their IZOD IndyCar medical staff here, but due to laws in Japan, we will be getting the information from the PR staff here. We'll get you an update on Rafa Matos as soon as possible.
That would be Mario Moraes. Jack.
he got us confused.
Okay.
Di Silvestro.
Hey, it's still almost 90 degrees here, and I'm starting to lose my train of thought.
Well, I can also imagine that you've got to be jet lagged. Man, I was over there a few years ago, and that's a long way over there.
Yeah, and we're not going to let Jack slide on that just because he wants a little sympathy.
Right.
No way.
Not from us.
Hey, the holiday crowd is going to be pulling for Muto here.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's see what he's able to do with Rafael Matos, who's the leader of the race.
Castroneves just got a big wiggle.
Wiggle, and
they're going after him.
There goes Frank Keating to the inside. Briscoe, they're both by him.
Oh, side by side through the corner for third.
So he just lost at least 2. That was a big wiggle and a great save, but boy, he's lost momentum.
Good eyes, Jan.
He's going to come right back at him.
Dario gets Briscoe. Boy, Dario is doing exactly what he keeps saying. Just aggressively going towards the front, doesn't care about willpower.
Got to go after it. Danica Patrick is 6th, I should say.
And that's in that one area between 3 and 4, just that perfect balance of the race car. You want to get back to that power as soon as you can, and Elio just trying to get back to that, had that little wiggle, had to dump the throttle, and
there is Power, who's back in 9th position.
He had made 3 up in the pits.
Yep.
And look at the run that Dixon
Here
has
comes Dixon,
on
yep.
Power. You saw he had a little look as they went into 3, and he's going to get that pass done. He's along the inside as they're in the middle of 1 and 2.
Whoa! Wow.
Well, he knows. He knows this is team versus team. He
Now,
needs to try and put him behind.
Is that a function? Did you notice how much ground Power made back up on him? I'd say Power's got a little less downforce in the car versus Dixon, because Dixon has a good run where you need the downforce right here in 3 and 4, gets a run up on him, but couldn't get it done. So I'd have to say maybe a little less downforce. And Power. We'll see how that unfolds.
Agreed.
Elio moves to 5th.
Boy, Danica's right in there.
Yeah.
But what a long lift, though. Woo.
Yeah. But look at the cars up in front of Elio. Time it, time it.
That's
And she
Briscoe.
did. She's coming. Danica's coming back at Helio.
Briscoe, Franchitti.
Good battle here for 4th, 3rd.
Again, as you're trying to work through traffic, now look up ahead.
Watch Danica. She's got a head of steam here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The battle up in front there, just kind of keep your eye on that and just keep yourself back enough that you can take advantage of it when they hold each other up.
Elio moves to 4th.
What a difference one wiggle makes.
Yeah.
Wow. Flat out on the gas.
Oh, and he lifted.
I said flat out on the gas. He hit that bump, and he was coming up behind Danica and just dumped that throttle a little bit.
Yeah, and sure
Whoa.
enough.
And he got passed by Power because of it.
As soon as you lift, you're going to be a sitting duck.
But look at Kanaan come back through there.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
I think there's maybe more downforce in that 7-Eleven car than right there on Power's car, and that's why he's struggling maybe a little bit in 3 and 4.
And you have to plan one of these passes a good lap ahead. Look how long it takes for it to develop.
Look at him. Do you see how he out-accelerate him before you get to turn 3, so you're flat out? So I think that's a safe bet.
Got some straight line speed.
But he sure doesn't like the car down in 3 and 4 where you need that extra bite from the car.
Well, Motegi has continued to hold on to that top spot. Briscoe has passed Hideki Muto and moved into 2nd spot. And then here comes Elio and Franchitti.
And there, you see how Elio got blocked from Muto going in there? That's where Danica, who's 2 cars back, has to kind of look ahead and say, oh, Elio got checked up a little bit. How can I take advantage of that?
This is Hideki Muto's 3rd race here at Motegi. He finished 11th in 08 and 14th last year.
Now for these two who are up at the front, for both Matos and Muto, they can go at the moment till about lap 105. And again, they still only have 2 stops just like everyone else. If for some reason there was a caution between now and a lap 105, they would be very happy campers.
Ryan Briscoe has taken over the lead from Rafael Matos.
Look at the run. Look at the run he's got along the inside. Got it done. You heard dropping 2 gears there on Muto's car.
Elio moving back toward the front of the field after a wiggle on a restart. He is now 3rd. And here comes Dixon to the inside of Power.
Now let's see if Power powers by again. This is a good example.
But that's as big a gap as we've seen anybody coming off a 2 on him.
I think he had to lift a little bit. He got high there at the exit of 2.
Watch Kanaan eat him up. Kanaan's probably got a little bit more downforce. He's going to go back to Power. Now I'm back to Power. I'm going to eat you up as I come off here. Willpower. Back to the accelerator for Kanaan, not to confuse that. And he is. Look at the run he's got. But now this is where Power starts accelerating. That little less downforce in the car makes it tougher for Kanaan to close right in this section here. And sure enough, he ain't making ground anymore.
Power up ahead. we're on board with Kanaan. And these two drivers have combined to complete